Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Ceej with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What is going on, guys? Good to see you guys tonight. So I apologize again for the stream at times. It's still kind of doing its thing there. Hope everyone's having a great night. It's got to be great to see XRP above 27 cents. That's got to be pretty cool. That's got to be pretty cool. What's going on, Gladden TV? Oh, this is live. Indeed it is working till I die. Good to see you, my friend. Same to you, brother. Same to you. Bro, XRP is in the building. Wow. So we heard the news. Mickey B. Fresh shares something from the podcast that Brad Garlinghouse did with the Block Crypto with, I think the guy's name is Frank Chaparro. That was some interesting stuff about central banks. Did you guys catch that? That was pretty significant. That was pretty significant. Wow. Absolutely significant. So Celsius explained themselves today. I don't know if you guys got the news or not, but they explained the issue that they had with GoDaddy and the DNS, and they actually got locked out of their own stuff. Yeah. For 18 hours. Yeah. Now, a lot of people don't know that your assets move from blockchain to blockchain. So your assets were completely safe. There was no issues there. But the fact that, you know, they were trying to do a system upgrade, like a system maintenance upgrade, and GoDaddy broke. It broke on them for 18 hours. And so obviously, yeah, they are moving away from GoDaddy. And they use AWS as well, but they're going to move away from GoDaddy because they're still looking into why they would get locked out of your own thing just for trying to do a system maintenance thing or upgrade. So they kind of explained themselves today on the AMA. It was a really, really, really great AMA today on the Celsius Network channel. I hope that you have checked that out. If you haven't already, it's the link in the description of all the videos that I do. In fact, I need to change it on a couple now that I think about it. There's a link in the description of all the videos that I do about the Celsius Network so you can learn more about it. I encourage you to check out as many AMAs as you humanly possibly can so that you can learn about it for yourself, see if it makes sense to you, see if the message resonates with you. What's going on here? Let me do this, guys, real quick. So, yeah, interesting thing to see XRP. Why is XRP climbing up there like that? It's interesting to see it just went up to 27 cents. And yeah, not sure why that is, but it did happen. Looks like I'm not going to be able to change this thing. Well, there I am there. Let's see. Let's see if I can change this. Let's see. So BTC is what, $16,200. XRP is up to 27 cents. Everyone's excited about this news. At least XRP hodlers are excited about this news. But Brad Garlinghouse saying that central banks are exploring and have been looking into the XRP ledger for their stable coins. That's interesting. Wow, this is not going to work. So let's just get out of there. So yes, crazy stuff, right? And I don't know if I'll be able to share. Obviously, I won't be able to share the video with you guys because this thing is just not cooperating. So what's going on, XRP Joe? Good to see you in the building, brother. Indeed, do me a favor, guys. Smash the likes. Smash that like button if you haven't already. We always like to have just as many likes as we do have viewers in the stream tonight. Alex Yeet is here. Morris Prince is in the building. What's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight. Yeah, so that's some really. Listen, I had to share that. I had to go live and share that. That is interesting. Yeah, man, that's some sad news about Cred, Brad. You know, that's some sad news right there. Cred filed for Chapter 11. Don't need an exit scam. Just file bankruptcy. Yeah, it's not the and the answer, my friend, is not sticking with the big exchanges. You got to stick with the platforms that have the correct business model, right? A working business model. Alex Mashinsky spoke on Cred today in that bankruptcy. They had several of the people that they loaned their assets to who never paid them back. Never paid them back. They listed several of the people, entities, whether they be institutions or whoever they were, didn't pay them back. They didn't pay them back. And they loaned out these assets without getting collateral from those institutions and or exchanges. That is an unsound business model. And this is what Cred was doing, unfortunately. This is some of the practices. And again, it's about the business model. Exchanges, right? Leaving your assets on exchanges is certainly not the answer, because they lend your stuff out and they don't pay you anything. They don't pay you anything. They're starting to try to pay a little something now. Binance US and Binance are trying. Nexo literally just copied Celsius, literally just about word for word of what they're doing. Right. And so, I mean, that's good if they have the same business model, but I don't think that they do. I don't think that they do. And so the key is the business model. I mean, Celsius has if you include, it's $2.2 billion, right? That's assets under management, just like Grayscale, right? We're number 2. We are number 2 behind Grayscale in assets under management. And then there's another 700 or another 1.1 billion in their other assets, which includes their cell tokens and the cash that they have. And it brings it up to 3.3 billion in assets under management, right? Right. So if you include the value of the cell tokens that Celsius network has, that's close to 1.7 billion. And then they got another 70 million in cash. So that brings it up to like 3.3 in assets under management. But the business model is the most important thing. If the business model is not sustainable, like lending out your assets and my assets at Cred and not requiring collateral back, saying, yeah, we trust you that you pay. It's our assets that they deposited. And they didn't do their due diligence, and they didn't do what they needed to do to ensure, if you will, up the ante, if you will, up the chances of getting that money back, because they didn't get collateral. So that really, really sucks. I'm really, really sad for those of the people that might have been dealing with Cred and the LBA token. And unfortunately, that happens, and it really, really sucks. What's going on, Jewelry Bags? What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Trust but verify, Junior Del Giorno. That's correct, brother. My man, Deep Mind says that all the time. Says that to me all the time. Says that to me all the time. So, guys, let's go over some of the news that's going on today. The big news is definitely Brad Garlinghouse making that statement. That's pretty significant. Let's see. I can share this, but I can't play the video. Unfortunately, the audio. Probably can't play it. I'll try it. But this is from Mickey. XRP Darren retweeted this. Must listen. And Mickey B. Fresh shared this. Let me share it with you guys so you guys can see it. Let's see. Here it is right here. XRP Darren, who has been doing his thing lately. I got to tell you, he's been on YouTube. He's been putting out some really, really great stuff. I heard his latest video. If you guys are not following Darren Moore on YouTube, you definitely want to go subscribe to his channel. Follow him here on Twitter as well at Fame21More. But I heard I watched his other videos, but I heard this video today was outstanding. It's talking about green energy and the blockchains and stuff, and the companies that are really looking to take advantage of that and implement green energy strategies plus blockchain Green energy strategies plus blockchain. But here, Mickey B. Fresh shared this with us. Shout out to Mickey B. Fresh, big time value add, deep diver in the community. We appreciate you, brother. Mickey B. Fresh quoting Brad Garlinghouse. We do know of central banks looking at the XRP ledger open source technology to issue stable coins on the XRP ledger. And he dated 11/12/2020. I don't know when they aired it. Maybe they aired it yesterday. But yeah, so Brad Garlinghouse was on this particular podcast. It's called The Scoop from Block Crypto, and it's with Frank Chaparro. Yeah, we do know of central banks looking at the XRP ledger open source tech. I'm going to try and play it for you. I can't guarantee it's not going to work. That is going to work, though. But let's try and play it for you. What in the world?
I mean, certainly we do know of central banks looking at the XRP ledger as open source technology to issue stablecoins using the XRP ledger. And that may happen. And frankly, it's open source technology. You know, we don't even necessarily have to be involved with that. Now, as experts in using the XRP ledger, you know, some of them talk to us and we try to be helpful. And we think that can be good for the overall dynamics in the XRP community. Now, part of
that can be good for the overall.
I mean, certainly we do know of central banks looking at the XRP.
That can be good for the XRP community overall. Yeah, I would say so. Super fresh days ahead. I would say that could be a great thing. Here's the interview here. The Scoop, a conversation with Brad Garlinghouse. Just go to blockcrypto.com, and I think you can probably find it there. The link might be in that tweet as well. And check out the whole thing. Unfortunately, I can't play the whole thing. Looks like it went up 50 minutes in total. But yeah, that is some interesting stuff right there. That's news of the day for sure. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I understand, Grad. I understand totally, bro. I understand totally. You know, and ultimately, it's not about the numbers in the dashboard. It's about net. It's about what you're actually able to retain, what you're actually be able to get, right? And I tell you, I've just been so pleased with the Celsius platform and what they're doing. Monday is a great day, right? Get that interest every single week, and definitely respect the business model and what they're doing. What's going on, Mr. Window? Good evening, Crypto Ceej. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, Mr. Window. Brick John, it's odd how Brad kind of dodges flare questions, huh? Does he? I haven't noticed that. Brick John is in the building. Brick John, how are you, my friend? I don't think I've seen your name in here before. Good to see you here hanging out with the Crypto Ceej and family. Yeah, probably should, Greg. Silence RC guy. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Alex G, 4 digits. Yeah, I tell you, Crypto Granny is just bent. That's formerly Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions. She now calls herself Crypto Granny, and she says let me share her tweet. Is that this one right here? Yeah. Let me share that with you. This is what she said. Again, this is formerly known as Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions, and she now calls herself Crypto Granny. I have a couple of tweets from her. She says, and she was the one who famously did the $334 valuation of XRP back in 2018. In fact, she actually shared that YouTube video, I think, about it as well, just recently on Twitter. Crypto Granny on Twitter, and she's at Susie Trader. At Susie Trader on Twitter. Susie Trader on Twitter. Whoa. Even on a simple valuation of XRP, I still get over 1,000 USD per unit time frame from now to 5 years. It is an investment, not a trading coin. Watch my live this Sunday at 7 p.m. Netherlands time. We'll show you. It is a no-brainer. XRP will be a store of value. Well, I certainly hope that she is correct. Now, there was something else. Okay, let me share this one. This is from Equity Capital. And I could swear he had a different name at one time. See, let's stop this share. Do I have to keep doing that? It sounds like he is verifying what Crypto Granny said. 3 different XRP valuation models still come up over 1,000 per unit for XRP. 3 different valuation models. This gives my valuations even more credibility. And Equity Capital says credentialed 3 models, 1K, provable, reproducible, demoed. So there you go. It feels like he's kind of backing her and saying that they have the stuff to show it. Let me see something here. What does this show here? The 4th Industrial Revolution. Nope, it didn't change. So that's some interesting stuff right there, right? Jamarcus South's in the building. What's up, bro? Yeah. And apparently they are going to show it to Junior Del Giorno because that's what it feels like he's saying. So we shall see. M. Grimes is in the building. Smash the likes button, people. Hello, Ceej. Hope you and yours are healthy and safe. Thank you, my friend. The same to you, my friend. Thanks. Same to you, brother. Junior Del Giorno, that is exactly right. And that's exactly what I was saying. I was thinking this in the gym earlier today. Being open source creates an interesting scenario and setup for a race to be an early adopter and institute XRP Ledger at its fullest. I was thinking pretty much the same thing in the gym today, because I was watching a documentary about Bitcoin. Very, very interesting documentary. I'd never heard about this documentary. And I was just thinking to myself, because they kept saying open source on this documentary, and I was thinking about the Ledger and its open source technology. And the truth of the matter is that anyone, the genius behind Ripple and making the Ledger and creating a digital asset, XRP, or those who created it and gifted it to Ripple, is that what Ripple is essentially saying is, look, we've created the ILP, we created the Ledger, we gifted the ILP to the W3C. We created the Ledger and made it open source. And what we're saying is we created the best of the best. It's free for you to use. It's up to you. But if you choose to go somewhere else, then you choose to use something that is second best. It's completely up to you. And that's exactly what XRP is, right? It is the best, the most efficient, right? Energy efficient, cost effective, the greenest, right? Perhaps the greenest digital asset out there. You can use it in so many different ways, very versatile, right? Almost like a hybrid digital asset. Now, you could choose to use it or not. But if you choose something else, and especially in terms of cross-border payments, you're choosing something else. And now it looks as though in the smart contracts arena, they're going to be able to say the very, very same thing. Because what the Flare network is doing and the smart contracts thing, Crypto Eddie says it's essentially game over because they can scale, unlike ETH 2.0 that cannot. Here it is. It's available for you to use. It's up to you. And that is exactly it. Boom, we're on point, Ceej. XRP Ledger is a grab and go. That's exactly right. You're going to either choose to be the first one to be smart enough to use it, or you're going to miss out. And the great thing about it is they keep improving the ledger, right? They keep working on it. They keep making it better and still making it open source. That is that's the blue ocean strategy that we talk about on this channel all the time. They're making it better and it's still open source. They could have proprietarized and they could have patented and they could have done everything to just keep it to themselves and just go knock on doors. Right? They could have done that if they wanted to, but they chose not to. And it's it is the strategy of the century to make that open source, to continue to improve upon it. Then you throw in the XRPL Foundation, right? Ripple steps away as a company. They're going to continue to do other great things, but they're still, of course, working and contributing now. They're contributing to the growth of the XRP ledger. But this foundation, my friends, this foundation is the game changer, in my opinion, because it simply tells the world, okay, here it is. Here's this technology. It's open. You guys can put a foundation on with the governance. We're making it available to the world. You guys put the governance together, right? Right. And they're going to do more with that UNL list, and they're going to just keep gently pushing it aside. They're going to have a governance. Could you imagine who could be part of the governance? Who could be part of this foundation? Could you imagine who it could be? I'm telling you, Junior, you're right on point, bro. You are right on point. It's a grab and go. And that's what that's exactly what the Flare network did. They said, yeah, we're going to take something that we have, but that thing right there, that thing right there is genius in motion. Essentially, what we're going to do is put smart contracts on there. And because they're using the EVM, it's going to just make it will be a no-brainer for all those Ethereum projects to come over, especially when they get the word, because it's coming. It's coming. People still don't believe yet. But when they get the word, what the Flare network is doing with XRP, and they're proving how it is exponentially more scalable, it's over. Because I shared on the video earlier today and yesterday, the experts are coming out and saying ETH 2.0 will not be scalable to deal with DeFi space. And we all know that's the new up-and-coming thing. Decentralized finance is the new up-and-coming thing. So I got to tell you, I'm excited. I am 100% excited about that. Big face, no cap. What's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight. Out of all the books that you have, what's your top recommendation? The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, good friend of mine. Hope that helps, big face, no cap. What's going on, for sale? Good to see you tonight, man. Chronic, yay. How about that? I ain't buying it, GL, though. I'm not sure what that means, my friend. That's correct, M1 Temujin. As a gesture of their appreciation, Celsius is giving away $25 in crypto with your next $200 transfer into your account. That's correct. Open up an account with $200 and they will give you $25. They're going to gift you $25 in BTC. I mean, what? You open it up an account. It's your $200. There's no fees to deposit. There's no fees to withdraw. Open up a new account. $200 in hopefully you're doing an XRP, but $200 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Matic, EOS, stable coins, USDC, USDT, Tether Gold, Pax Gold, $200. You just open an account, you're using the app, you download the app, 3-4 clicks, you deposit. There's no fees to put it on. There's no fees to take it off. They're going to give you $25. Link in the description of every single one of my videos. How? Because I'm a proud ambassador of the Celsius platform. How do you lose on that? It's not a loan. It's just opening an account, depositing $200. And they're going to give you $25. Why can they do something like that? Because they are cash rich. They are the second largest crypto firm in this space, behind Grayscale. And Grayscale charges you 2% a year on your assets for managing your assets, 2% a year. And they don't pay you any interest on your assets. They don't pay you any interest on your assets. I don't know how you could lose on that one, right? You could just, right? How do you lose there? $25 in BTC. Yep, and you got to use before you got to use the promo code DNS. That's right, Purple Kush. Thank you for pointing that out. For sale says that's right. Got my 25 today as well. Got to use the promo code DNS. That is correct. Thank you for reminding me about that, Purple Kush. Good to see you tonight, man. Me too, Jonathan. What's going on, bro? What is going on? Was Legendary in the building? Oh, it is. Legendary, how are you, my friend? Good to see you tonight, brother. Celsius. Jonathan Vincent said, so guys, don't forget to use the promo code DNS. And they can do it just simply. Just look, they're cash rich, right? Just the Celsius network, which I think is 300 and let's say 40 million cell tokens valued at $2. I think it's 335 million. Right. Just that by itself, not including assets in the million. That's $1.7 billion. Then they got another 70 million just flat out cash. They're cash rich, man. They're cash. They're hugely successful. Hugely successful. But 2.5, 3 years ago, when that coin was 3 cents, no one was like trying to hear it. And that's kind of the biggest challenge. Even myself looked at Celsius and like, not another lending platform. I can't deal with them anymore because I had been in so many and lost so much money. I even missed on it. I didn't get sell tokens until it was 50 cents. And I looked at it at 25 cents and still didn't get any. I was on the platform though. But I finally got some. Right. And I plan on getting tons because the business model just works. It just flat out works. So for me, I see the Cell token becoming very much like the Binance token, but just even better. Because he has said two things that I think are significant. Number one is he said that they're going to go outside of the digital asset space in other places to earn yield. When the timing's right, they are looking at other places outside of digital assets to earn yield, to bring us the depositors more yield. And number two, he also said that when the time comes and it benefits us, they'll look to do something along the lines of a banking license, right? Interesting stuff there. So, Fabio, I can't really answer that question for you, my friend. I know a lot of people are concerned about it. I can't honestly answer the question for you, but I do know that Celsius is right. Celsius is supporting that, right? So I don't have to change an O or change an X and add an R and add an N, and I don't have to, use an XRP toolkit and and all of that stuff. I don't have to do any of that, right? I don't have to do any of that. I just, I've had you know, a good part of my XRP on there. Not nowhere near 50%, nowhere near that. But I had a good part on there. I'm earning every week. When that thing happens, nothing changes for me except that I'm going to see some spark in my app, in my Celsius app, right? That's it. That is it. So, and Celsius, you know, they've you know, they've done their vetting and they've done their due diligence, and they're very, 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 very protective of this community. Think about what they have right now. I mean, it's a unicorn in the making. 2.2 billion assets under management in 3 years. It's a unicorn in the making. I mean, it's really, you know, a 1.7 to 1.8 billion dollar company now. Right? It's really that now. So it's a unicorn in the making, right? So they, you know, when I heard that they were going to support this airdrop, I'm like, I know that they did the Celsius. Like, I don't have to do it. They did their due diligence. They did their homework. They did their vetting. They're checking out the code. They're checking out the people behind the code, right? They're doing all the FBI work, if you will, right? For me, that's what I want. I don't want to have to change some digits in an address and try to do something on an XRP toolkit and like, who am I going to talk to at look, we have several hardware wallets. Who am I going to talk to at Ledger? Like, not email. I don't want to be emailing anyone. Like, right? I want to be on the phone talking to someone. Who am I going to talk to over at Ledger? I got it. Like, what assurances do I have there? I don't know if I have any assurances there. It's faith. It's faith in, to me, in the other options, not faith in what Ledger's going to do, faith in the execution of that. And I'm not saying something's nefarious with the people from Flare, but like, where's the protection, right? This, I don't know where it is, but I feel safer. I feel safer in reference to the Spark airdrop with Celsius. I feel safer. I feel safer. Like, and like that's where you have to get. You have to kind of get there yourself, right, Fabio? You have to kind of get there yourself, right? Right. So for me, I'm using the Celsius platform, and Celsius is providing me a service. I'm not doing anything with my XRP. I'm not moving my XRP, right? I'm not doing any of that, right? So the bottom line is, no matter where you have your XRP, if you have your XRP on a ledger, it doesn't matter if you are considering a Spark swap or not. It's going to happen, right? I mean, if you do the things that you have to do with the ledger, it's going to happen. So if you don't do it, then it won't. It's just be on your ledger. It's good. It's great. So I guess you have that option, right? You could just deny whatever, or not take the process that they're telling you to do with the ledger. You can, but for me, all the work's being done for me, right? And I'm trusting Celsius, right? Because Celsius is looking out for me. I don't know that Ledger is looking out for me. And again, this is not to say anything about the people from Ledger, but I don't see any assurances. I just don't know. I don't see any assurances there in terms of what they're doing that's allowing Flare. What if there's a crack? What if there's, you know, I don't know. I don't know, like, coding stuff, but what if some bad guys see something and I don't know. and try to attack it. You know? So that's how I am on that, right? Celsius platform supports like 12, 13 different blockchains right now. And you know, it's just not you putting your assets on a platform. There are different blockchains. It's not just like it's an ERC20, right? Right, everybody can do that one. But when they're different type of blockchains, it has to be a certain trust. It has to be a certain background check. Has to be all these different things. Now, remember, this is a unicorn in the making, right? Ledger's successful, right? Pretty successful. I don't know if they're up there yet in the unicorn stratosphere yet. I mean, I don't know. They're probably in the 100 million, 200 million, maybe even more. Right? But they're not in that stratosphere yet. And so Celsius is just starting and they are already there. So their measure for me, in terms of being not wanting to risk anything, for me is really, really high, really, really up there. This is what I'm saying. So I hope that helps, guys. I really do. I hope that helps. So, but the market is nice, 16,000 for BTC. Let's check it out again. Let's see what's going on. Looks like BC Backer. Look, BC Backer. Have you guys checked out BC Backer's videos lately? This dude said 16 to 16.3. Then BTC is probably going to kind of start going the other way. And then, you know, like 11 something. And then, you know, I just think it's odd that the XRP is getting up there now. Guys, go check out Blockchain Backer on YouTube. Check them out. So 27.5 cents for XRP right now, currently. In 24 hours, it's up 7.48%. Yeah, so yeah, man. And take your time, Fabio, right? Take your time, right? Take your time, brother. Definitely my best advice, take your time. Phil 56, XRP is killing it right now. It is. Anyone think it's odd that December 12th, which is going to be right? Doesn't that feel like that's going to be right in the heart? Or not right in the heart, but right in the heart of the beginning of this bull run? It's going to be an interesting time to see what that spark thing is going to do. What's going on, Phil? Good to see you tonight. P. Phil 56. Yeah, I bought Charlie's Bags is in the building tonight. How are you, bro? You've been saying what for months, Dan Rob? Good to see you tonight. Dan Rob says, Crypto Ceej, check out this video. I have been saying this for months, man. Tell me what is that, my friend? Good to see you tonight. So, yeah, what is MoneyGram at right now? I heard it was like it's over $7. I don't even know. I have like a teeny tiny bit of it on, you know, on one of the popular apps, but I only got a teeny tiny. I was like, I gotta say I have some, right? Right? Yeah. It is $7.51. So I know a lot of people put some. I didn't put much money into it. I really didn't. But yeah, it's doing okay right now. 20%. What's the price? Hold on a second. Is it $7.50? I think it's $7.50. Yeah. What if MoneyGram turns out to be another Amazon or something? 750, yep. Crypto Ceej talking about Judy Shelton and this crazy gold stand that she is pushing. Yeah, it looks like she's going to get the nod, right? Get one of those seats. Yeah, and I didn't put much in there. I completely sold out everything we had, stocks, everything just completely got out of the market. And then, once I heard about the thing with MoneyGram, I decided, you know what? I'll put a little bit of money, not a lot, teeny amount of money in MoneyGram, but we're not in any other stock. I'm like, yeah, they got the partnership. I'll support them a little bit, but I don't trust that market at all, right? And so that's what I did. And I know some people are pretty excited right now, right? 20%. It's up 20% for the day. Why? Why is MoneyGram doing well right now? You and I know, but they don't know. What's going on? What are some of the people on the inside? What does Wall Street know right now? Chris, in reference to what, my friend? Chris Redfield says it sounds like XRP future, but what's stopping them from? I think that's what you're saying. From taxing you 85 to 95% of it, and you only keep 10% of it. Are you talking about XRP? Help me out, brother. Legendary says MoneyGram is acting like a crypto. Yeah. So that's interesting stuff, right? So it's good to see kind of where it is. I need to look at the chart and kind of see what do we got going on markets. Oh, there's a chart right there. Let's look at the 1 month. So interesting chart too. Interesting chart as well. So there it is. Oh, you think it's better to have the stock than the asset? I got you, my friend. And that's right. It's totally on you. For me, I want to own both. I own none Ripple stock, right? But I do want to own some. I do think this is going to be a great opportunity for XRP hodlers in terms of Ripple stock. I really do. But that's just me hoping, probably. Morning from Australia. Well, good morning, Mr. M. What's going on? I hear there's a lot of Aussies into Celsius over there. You guys, I think you guys are going to get 0% interest on your loan. I think you're going to get 0%. I know the UK is getting 0%. 0% on the loan. Can you imagine? 0% interest rate, 0 APR on your loan with Celsius if you're in the UK. And I think they're doing it with Australia as well. Junior says both is a good diversification. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, for me, I'm going to be doing a lot of the deferring, right? Because you do know that billionaires retire, and pass away, having deferred taxes for years, right? So strategies and tips available for everyone. So, this whole capital gains and, that kind of stuff, right? Right. There are strategies, right? I mean, like right now, there's the big gifting strategy right now, right? Completely legal gifting strategy. You can gift your assets, right? Put it in trust to your children or whatever. Yes, sir, Mr. M. Link in the description to all of my videos for the Celsius network. Yeah, I believe they're doing it for Australia as well. I know they're doing it for the UK. He said they thought they were doing it for Australia. He as an Alex Mashinsky. So, yep. That's right, Horace. Any administration will do that. 100% correct about that. What else did I wanted to share with you guys? I think it's interesting about this evaluation of XRP at $1,000 from Susie from Esoteric Trading Solutions. Now, again, I believe she calls herself Crypto Granny right now on YouTube and Twitter, Crypto Granny. That is hilarious. But in any case, that is interesting as well. What else I got for you guys? The Bank of England will not protect banks from digital currencies. The Bank of England's conclave said banks would have to adjust to such changes on their own. I heard Alex Mashinsky say that the UK banks are worse than the banks in the States. This is Alex Mashinsky saying that. Alex Mashinsky is saying that the UK banks are worse than the banks in the US. That's interesting. Papa Bear's in the building. What? Gold Coast, Australia here as well? Oh, you from the Gold Coast, Australia? Wow. Isn't that interesting? Good to see you tonight, Papa Bear. So I get a lot of my Aussie fan checking in around this time, huh? Just the standard stuff. Of course, they're going to say that, in my opinion, Horace. Horace says, thoughts on the World Economic Forum discussing the beer code as a way for a global reset. Well, my thought is they needed something, and they've known for years that they've needed something, in my humble opinion, for years, because the global liquidity crisis has been such for a number of years, probably even prior to 2018. They had to come up with something that says yes, 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 yes. You're right. You're right. Airlines are doing terrible. You're right. The hotel industry is doing terrible. You're right. Restaurants, small business owners, small business America is doing terrible. You're right. We need a reset. Yeah. So that $1,000 valuation, she said up to 5 years. So I don't know when that would happen. But for me, Junior, what we're planning on in the Crypto Ceej's home is a $20. A lot of people are like, what? A $20 to $26 XRP end of 2021. So October, November, December. That's what we're planning on. So we're planning on that in terms of, okay, this is where it is. What are we going to do? How much are we going to put it in stable coins? How much of it are we going to do perhaps a collateralized loan? That type of deal, right? That type of deal, right? So that's what we're looking at. So, and God knows what's going to happen by the end of 2021 in terms of how you can use your crypto, how you can use a crypto card, right? So stable coins is just gaining big time steam, right? And so, we can even do a stable coin loan, right? You can do a stable coin loan, right? And you can just spend your money in stable coins, right? I mean, goodness gracious, right now, people are about to get paid in XRP. Like the contractor, right? Like people doing affiliate business. Like Deal set something up where it doesn't matter what your employer is doing. You hook up with Deal, get yourself a Coinbase deal, and you choose how your salary is going to come to you. You choose, not your employer. Well, shoot, if you can get paid in XRP, what does that mean? If you can get your salary in XRP, so God knows what you're going to be able to do at the end of 2021. And BitPay Send is doing it as well, allowing people to get paid in Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. BitPay Send. So, what's going to happen at the end of 2021? what do what options are we going to have? I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine what the options we're going to have? And so, for me, we're looking at being able to live our lives in ways where we don't have to worry about capital gains and all that all that stuff, right? So I mean, there's just a lot of ways that you can do stuff, right? In terms of assets, you can do the self-directed IRAs if you like, but it's unless you got a 401k or something already, or a couple of them. I mean, because then you can only do 7,000. What is it, 7,500 a year or something like that? 7,500, not a ton, right? So that's what we're planning on, right? Yeah, because if you collateralize or leverage your assets, right? So, and if you're able to, what if you're able to spend that USDC, right? Yeah, it's USDC. So it's going to be a lot of options, I think. Yeah, Purple Kush. And that's what I'm kind of planning on as well. I think the same thing. $10 to $13 is going to hang out there for a bit. And end of 2021, we're planning on $20 to $26. That's what we're planning. We don't have any crystal ball, but that's what we're planning. We're planning on, like, okay, when this thing hits this mark, $20, $25, this is what we're going to have. Where are we going to put it, right? where are we going to do with that thing, right? Right? That type of stuff. So how do you feel about Nexo Bank? I have no love for Nexo, my friend, Sean Greenbray. And what I mean by that is, for me, Celsius is just the one. If you're talking about Nexo, like in what Celsius does, Celsius for me in the Crypto Ceej zone is the one. I feel like they have my best interest at heart with the best business model in the business. Legendary says XRP rich people problems. I'm ready. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Legendary. Indeed. I've seen on Twitter now. Have you guys seen this on Twitter? That there's been like 3 to 5 people saying that they've gone and checked their credit or their mom's credit or some kind of credit. And there's been some, like, they've closed accounts. But it feels like they're closing ones, like all of a sudden just closed. That's it. But it feels like they're closing them on people that may have been behind, right? Like one guy was saying his relative was 7-9 payments behind on credit cards. All of a sudden, those accounts were just closed. Have you guys seen that on Twitter? I've seen several people saying that. What? 20? Dan Rob, say that again, bro. What? 10 to 20? What? Crypto Ceej, I think we will see a 10-20 Spark token by the first week of January. That's my call. Are you saying $10 to $20, brother? Is that what you're saying, Dan Rob? Are you saying $10 to $20? Daniel XRP is in the building. How are you, Danny? Yeah, Purple Kush, right? And so the interest is only, right, is the interesting thing with interest, right? Because trust me, I got into the space in 2016, right? And I got involved in this space in what they call the high yield investment platform space, right? And so, that's the space where you're getting 1%, 2%, and 3%, not a year, but a day, right? 3, 4, 5%, not a year, but in a day, right? And ultimately, the models weren't sustainable. They couldn't last, right? It was first one in, last one in. First one in wins, last one in, yeah, not so much, right? And so I know Nexo just recently changed everything that they got going on right now, but ultimately it's going to be about net. And so the bottom line is it's not the number on the dash, it's the net. So tell me about the fees to deposit. Tell me about on Nexo. Tell me about the fees to withdraw off Nexo. Tell me about the fees to leverage my assets and do a collateralized loans versus leverage. Tell me about those fees, right? So ultimately, there isn't a platform, net, that pays higher interest than Celsius. Not Nexo, not crypto.com, not any of the other ones out there. BlockFi, net. There isn't one that pays higher yield than it than Celsius. But you gotta check it out. Yeah, so, right. The fees are higher on Nexo, right? So what is there a loan origination fee? Right? When you take out a loan, so all of those things you have to factor in when you're talking about higher yield on your money, right? So those are things you got to consider as well. So Dan Robb, did you tell me what's up with that, bro? All right, did you tell me about that? Right, there's hot wallet insurance and cold wallet insurance. That's the one you have to be most, right? So when the wallets are when the assets are out being lent, there's insurance there, right? That's in 80% of the assets on Celsius are out there being, right? So that's what you got to worry about. And plus they use something called multi-party computation, which is next level security of your assets. So, but right, so no platform when all the assets are on the platform, there's no insurance. What you want to try to have is insurance when they're out there, right? Right. So if they're on the platform, then you want to have next level security, and Celsius uses MPC, which is multi-party computation. Check it out. It's next level security. Work until I die. That's a great question. How can we get loans from Celsius in the U.S. when XRP is $25? So what do you mean by that? Are you saying because the price is going to be so high? Like they do tens and tens of millions of dollars in loans now, right? I think they're at $6 or $7 billion in loans right now, working until I die. So, right. And so, right. And they own, right. They have a lot of assets under management, right? Oh, he said hope. Oh, I thought he said, well, even if he said he hopes, that's $10 to $20. I hope that too. Daniel XRP, I hope that too. Dan Robb said $10 to $20 spark. He says, I think we will see. Let me share this with you guys. And this is him, just as his opinion, right? He thinks this is going to happen. I think we will see a 10 to 20. And I was trying to clarify it. Was he saying $10 to $20 per Spark token by the first week of January? That's my call. What in the world? I'm open. I'm open to that. Not available in Missouri. Oh no, that sucks. Work until I die. That absolutely sucks. It's a really fun, huh? Work until I die. Grow 420 shop. And so the interesting thing too is you could be in a state. It's a crazy thing. Like you could be in a state where you don't have Celsius, and you can drive to another state that does have it, and then you have access to it. Yeah, because it's a very, very weird thing. It's a very, very weird thing. Yeah, because I know my brother was down, like, yeah, it was very, very weird. He couldn't do anything when he was in New York. This is months and months and months ago. Now you can do stuff in New York. But when he would get down here, all of a sudden he could do stuff on Celsius when he got to Virginia. So apparently they kind of know your location, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so each of the states, unfortunately, got all these very, very weird laws and regulations. And, you know, you could draw a line on being regulatory compliant with Celsius. Celsius is like 10 feet. They're like 100 feet from the line. They don't want to go anywhere near close to that line. So they abide and they don't mess around. They don't come anywhere close to that line. They you know, they don't want to be anywhere near on the other side of being regulatory compliance. So they stay far, far away from that. So until each state kind of gives the nod and the blessing, and that's internationally as well. So they don't mess around. It's really, really funny. Well, and that's the big thing. You know, I can tell you the banks are not in love, Fabio, with what's Alex Mashinsky and Celsius is doing. The top banks. I'm not talking about, right? I always tell people you don't want to lump all 10,000 banks in the same sentence with the top 5 or top 10 banks, right? Because we all know what correspondent banking and you know the other 9,990 banks, they have to pay to play. They have to pay to play. So I know that the top banks are not happy, right? And they're certainly going to have to change their business model to compete. They're going to have to change their business model to compete because Alex Mashinsky and that team there, they went out and they took a a business model that has been happening for years and years and years and years by you know, institutions and hedge funds. They took it, they adopted it, but they tweaked it enough to give us the 80% instead of them keeping 80%. That's essentially what they did. It's called sec lending, right? Security lending and securities lending. And so Celsius said, instead of us keeping the 80% and you guys get 20, we're going to keep 20 and we're going to give you 80 of the revenue. Of course, they added other different stuff to really look out for us on our behalf, but that's essentially what they're doing. And so I do know that, Fabio, the banks don't want Celsius to win, which means, like we've always said, they don't want us to win, right? And so everyone needs to kind of has to get to this point where they're going to have to decide, are you going to support the thing that's supporting you? That's why we talk about on Generational Wealth Wednesdays, every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on this channel. Our generational wealth formula is GW equals digital assets plus sound saving instruments like the Celsius network and dividend paying whole life insurance, structurally proper, that pays you dividends and interest on your money, and multiplied by a cash flow business. Those two sound business models, the dividend paying whole life insurance properly structured and the Celsius platform, are looking out for you. They look out for your best interest. They put your best interest at heart, front and center. I don't know about the coin. I don't know about it. I don't know who's supporting the BCH force, David. What's going on, Crypto and Simon? Yeah, good to see you tonight. It's on Celsius.network, work until I die, which states they're in. All right, guys, listen, I got to wrap up here. Lucky to see XRP at $5 by the end of 2021. Yeah. I don't think that's accurate, but we shall soon see. We're planning on a $20 to $26 XRP by the end of 21, David. But we'll see, right? Because we're going to be around. Hopefully you'll be around and we'll see what happens. We'll see where it is. Yes, indeed. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this stream tonight like I do all my streams and remind you that old money doesn't want you to win. And they don't want us to win. They would rather we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.